The Galactic Council Chamber floated in the void between stars. 12 ancient species gathered there. They had ruled known space for 10,000 years. Each species was old. Each species was powerful. Each species looked down on the newest members. The humans. Dr. James River stood before the council. His hands shook, not from fear, from excitement. He held a data pad that would change everything. "Honored Council," James began. His voice echoed in the massive chamber. "I have found something in human DNA, something that should not be there." Commander Vex leaned forward. He was from the Toral species. They had been in space for 6,000 years. His 4 eyes studied the human scientist. Vex's mouth curved into what humans called a smile. It was not friendly. "Young species always find patterns," Vex said. His voice rumbled like thunder. "They see meaning in chaos. This is why you need our guidance." The other council members made sounds of agreement. Low clicks. Soft hums. Ancient laughter. James did not back down. He expanded the hologram above his datapad. A double helix appeared. The human genetic code. But sections of it glowed red. "This is not chaos," James said. "This is code. Deliberate code. Written into every human on Earth. Written into us before we even existed." A council member from the Krell species spoke. Her name was Elder Lin. She was the oldest living being in the galaxy. 300 years old. "Impossible," Lin said. "We scanned your species when you joined us. We found nothing unusual." "Because it was dormant," James explained. He zoomed into the red sections. "Hidden. Waiting. This code only activates under specific conditions." "What conditions?" Vex asked. His tone was mocking. "Extinction-level stress," James said quietly. The chamber fell silent. James continued. "When humans face death. When survival becomes impossible. This code wakes up. It changes us. Makes us adapt. Evolution in real time." Vex stood. His massive frame towered over James. "You claim humans are special? That some ancient race chose you? This is fantasy. This is pride talking." "I claim nothing," James said. "I only show you what I found." "Then prove it," Vex challenged. James opened his mouth to respond. But an alarm cut through the chamber. Red lights flashed. A communication officer rushed in. "Emergency," the officer said. "Mining colony in Sector 7. Accident. 200 human miners trapped." The council's attention shifted immediately. Sector 7 was a dangerous asteroid belt, rich in resources. But the radiation there could kill most species in hours. "Send rescue ships," Elder Lin ordered. "Already sent," the officer reported. "But they need 6 days to arrive. The miners have failing life support. 3 days of oxygen. Maybe less." The chamber filled with murmurs. The math was simple. The humans would die. Vex looked at James. "Your evolution protocol cannot help them now. They will suffocate like any other species would." James gripped his data pad. "Maybe, or maybe this is exactly the situation that triggers it. You would gamble 200 lives on a theory?" Lin asked. "I gamble nothing," James said. "They are already dying. But if I'm right, they will survive." Vex laughed. A harsh sound. "Then we shall see. The council will watch. We will monitor every hour. When your people die like any other species, you will stop this foolish research." James nodded slowly. "And if they live?" The question hung in the air. The council members looked at each other. None of them answered, because none of them believed it was possible. Vex waved his hand. "Dismissed. We will reconvene in 6 days. To honor the dead." James left the chamber. His mind raced. 200 people, trapped in metal coffins, slowly suffocating. He had told the council about the evolution protocol, but he had not told them everything. He had not told them what the ancient code was really for. It was not just survival. It was transformation. James reached his ship. He set course for Sector 7. The rescue ships would take 6 days, but he would arrive in 4, just in time to see if humanity's greatest secret was real, or if he had just sentenced his reputation to death, along with 200 miners. In the void of space. The answer waited. And the galaxy was not ready for what would happen next. Day 1 in the asteroid belt. The trapped miners floated in darkness. Their ship was broken, life support failing, air growing thin. Tom Grant was the crew leader, 40 years old, 20 years in space. He had seen accidents before, but never this bad. Conserve oxygen, Tom ordered through the emergency channel. Slow breathing, no panic. Rescue comes in 6 days. A young miner named Beth spoke up. Her voice was tight. We have 3 days of air. Not 6, I know, Tom said. But we don't give up. We never give up. That was the human way. Fight until the last breath. Die trying. The council watched from their distant chamber. Screens showed the vital signs of all 200 miners. Commander Vex sat in his chair, waiting, watching humans die slowly. Oxygen at 70%, a technician reported. Elder Lin observed quietly. They are calm. No hysteria. Impressive for a young species. They die bravely, Vex said. I grant them that. But they still die. Day 2 arrived. The oxygen dropped to 40%. The miners began to suffer. Headaches came first. Then dizziness. Then the shaking. Tom felt it in his bones. A deep ache, like his body was tearing itself apart from inside. Around him, others screamed. Some passed out. Some began to convulse. It's happening, Beth gasped. Her skin burned hot. Fever raged through her. Something's wrong. Something's changing. Tom tried to respond, but pain consumed him. His lungs felt like they were melting. His blood boiled. Every cell in his body screamed. And then adaptation began. The council's screens lit up with alerts. Vital signs went chaotic. Heart rates spiked, then dropped, then stabilized at new patterns. What is happening? Vex demanded. The technician's voice shook. Their bodies. They're changing. Genetic markers are rewriting. I've never seen anything like this. James River arrived in Sector 7 on day 3. He immediately scanned the damaged ship. What he saw made his breath catch. The miners were alive. All 200. But the oxygen was gone. Completely gone. Impossible, James whispered. He suited up, entered the broken ship, found Tom and the others floating in the dark. Their eyes opened when light hit them. But they were different now. Tom's skin had changed. Thicker. Gray patches covered his arms. His chest moved differently. Slower. Stronger. Dr. River, Tom said. His voice was rough. What happened to us? James scanned him quickly. The readings made no sense. Your lungs. They've adapted. You're processing carbon dioxide, converting it back to oxygen inside your body. Your cells are running on half the air they needed before. Beth floated over. Her eyes had changed too. Darker, better adapted to low light. The pain stopped on day 2. After that, we just survived. James checked the others, all showing the same changes. Skin thicker against radiation. Lungs more efficient. Metabolism slowed to conserve energy. The evolution protocol had activated. Just like he predicted. But he felt no joy. Only fear Dot, because now the galaxy would know. The rescue ships arrived on day 6. The council watched as all 200 miners walked out alive. Walked out changed. Commander Vex stood slowly. His 4 eyes were wide. They should be dead. But they're not, Elder Lin said quietly. James River was right. Humans adapt. In days, not millennia. Asterisk, the council chamber erupted. Voices raised in a dozen languages. Fear rippled through the ancient species. This is a threat, someone shouted. They evolved in real time, another said. What else can they become? A third demanded. Vex raised his hand for silence. When he spoke, his voice was cold. We have ruled the galaxy for 10,000 years. We evolved slowly, carefully, over millions of years. These humans, they change in days. They adapt anything. They survive everything. He looked at the screens showing the changed miners. They are no longer a young species. They are a potential threat. Elder Lin nodded sadly. I move for immediate classification change. Humanity is now listed as potential threat level. The vote was unanimous. James River watched from his ship. He had proven his theory. The evolution protocol was real. Humans could adapt to any threat, survive any crisis. But now the galaxy feared them. And fear, James knew, led to only one thing. Action. The council would try to stop humanity's evolution. They would try to contain it, control it. They had no idea it was already too late. The protocol had awakened, and it would not sleep again. The Galactic Council met in emergency session. For the first time in 1,000 years, they were afraid. Commander Vex presented the data. His voice was steady, but his hands shook. 3 more incidents in the past month. Each one proves the same thing. Humans adapt, always. The hologram showed a colony on planet Cress. The acid rains there could melt steel. A human research team was caught in a storm. Their shelter failed. They should have died in minutes. They survived for 3 days. When rescue arrived, the team's skin had changed. It secreted a chemical coating. The acid rolled off them like water. Next incident, Vex continued, a space station lost gravity control. 6 humans were trapped in 0G for 2 weeks. Their bodies adapted. New organs formed to handle fluid distribution. Their inner ears restructured. They evolved, Elder Lin said quietly. Again. 3rd incident, Vex said. His voice dropped lower. A mining crew in deep space. Solar flare hit them. Radiation levels fatal to any known species. The council waited. All 12 survived. Their cells now repair radiation damage faster than it accumulates. The chamber filled with fearful whispers. A council member from the hive species spoke. His name was Collective Prime. In 3 months, humans have adapted to acid, 0 gravity, and lethal radiation. What they took us millions of years to achieve through evolution. They do in days. They are beyond control, Vex stated. I propose immediate action. All human space travel must stop. Humanity must be quarantined to their home world. Earth only. No exceptions. Elder Lin hesitated. That is extreme. Humans are council members. They have rights. They have become dangerous, Vex countered. Every crisis makes them stronger. Every challenge transforms them. Where does it end? What can they become? The vote was called. 10 voted yes. 2 abstained. The quarantine order was sent to Earth. Earth's response came within hours. A simple message broadcast to the entire galaxy. President Miller spoke for all humanity. We received your order. We reject it. We did not ask for this gift. We did not choose to evolve this way. But we will not apologize for surviving. We will not cage ourselves because you fear what we might become. Commander Vex stood before the council again. They refuse. We must enforce the quarantine. By force if necessary. Elder Lin finally agreed. Mobilize the fleet. Surround human colonies. Bring them home. Seal Earth's orbit. This is for the galaxy's safety. The council fleet moved. Hundreds of ships. The greatest military force ever assembled. But something happened that no one expected. Across the galaxy, in every human colony, in every human ship, people made a choice. They gathered together. They held hands. And they triggered the evolution protocol. Not from crisis. Not from stress. From will alone, they chose to evolve. Commander Vex watched the reports flood in. Impossible. The protocol only activates during extinction events. They cannot just choose it, but they could. And they did. On planet Ares, humans developed stronger bones, denser muscles. They became warriors. On Station Theta, humans grew taller. Their brains expanded. Enhanced intelligence. On Colony Prime, humans developed telepathic links. Mind-to-mind communication. Each group evolved differently. Each chose their own path. Each became something new. They are not adapting anymore, Elder Lin whispered. They are directing their own evolution. The council fleet arrived at human colonies. But what they found was not scared civilians waiting to be transported home. They found humanity's next step. Ships approached the council fleet. The crews aboard had evolved, stronger, smarter, united in ways the council could not understand. They did not attack. They simply waited. Commander Vex received a transmission from Tom Grant, the miner who survived the asteroid belt. He looked different now, evolved further, but his eyes were still human, still determined. You fear us because we change, Tom said. You fear us because we survive. But understand this. We are not invading your galaxy. We are not conquering anyone. He paused. Behind him, thousands of evolved humans stood together. We are already here. In every star system, every colony, every station. You cannot cage what is already free. You cannot stop what has already begun. Vex looked at his fleet, at the council, at the galaxy they had ruled for so long. Then he looked at the humans, changed, evolved, unstoppable. Evolution does not ask permission, Tom said softly. Neither do humans. Vex finished. The galaxy would never be the same. Humanity's next step had arrived, and the old powers could only watch as a new age began. Asterisk.